How's it going? It's Ethan here with eTrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Yakima SkinnyWarrior Rooftop Cargo Basket, how it fits on our 2022 Ford Edge. So with the Edge we have a decent amount of storage in the back, but maybe you have some larger items you want to get up on your roof. Maybe they're just going to make a little bit of a mess. Maybe you just don't have room for them in the first place, but you want an option that's going to leave you a ton of room on the other side of your roof rack system for other accessories. This is going to be a really solid choice, so let's check it out. With this basket, we have 165 pound weight capacity, which is pretty standard for most of the things that you're going to be putting up on your roof. Keeping in mind though that it also does have a weight of 23 pounds. Your crossbar, your towers, and your roof all have different weight ratings respectively, so make sure you find out what each of those are. Go by the lowest rated component to be safe. We also have 58 inches of length here, as well as 23 inches wide. So that's the amount of room that you're going to have. We can fit some larger items through here as long as we strap them down properly, because we do have the ability to remove this front fairing, which is just normally here to cut down on a lot of that wind noise and drag that you're going to get when you put something like this on your roof. But anytime anything is up on your roof like that, you're definitely going to hear it. Speaking of straps, we can use any of these points on the outside as well as the top and side rails for you to tie your things down, which you definitely need to be doing as long as you have items up on top of your roof. If you need some straps, we do have tons of options for those here at eTrailer. We also have nets and bags if you want a little bit more coverage that way. I mentioned that we do have some space for other accessories, so we have our SkinnyWarrior set up on the overhang of our crossbars here, and these are 54 inches long, and you can see we have well over half of the crossbar remaining for those other accessories, whether you want to get another box or basket up there, or on the sports and recreation side, maybe you have skis and snowboards, maybe you want to get something as big as a kayak on there. As long as it's within the weight capacity of the things that I mentioned just before, you should be good to go. On the subject of that overhang, we can take a closer look at our clamps now and how we install this basket. So we just have these hand threadable knobs here that connect to these bolts that fit under this U clamp here down at the bottom. Right now it's working with our elliptical crossbars, but it'll work with round, square, factory, any sort of crossbars you can imagine. In the case of our crossbar spread, we're a little bit limited because we do have a naked roof, so we have to get a fit kit for our roof rack system. So there's not a ton that we can do, which is one of the drawbacks of this carrier, is the fact that we can only put this top part of the clamps in between any of these two posts. So we don't have a super wide range of flexibility as far as spreading that out. So you can see we're not quite all the way on our crossbar here down at the back. One more potential downside about this clamp or bracket system is the fact that as it comes, there are no locks on it. So if somebody wanted to, they can just come up, unthread these bolts and take it off of your roof. Now it's nice that it's tool free, but that security might be important to you. So if you want to, you can look into getting the kit that comes with the brackets that allows you to get a same key system. So if you want to get that key system, you can, and it'll be key to like to your other Yakima accessories, which is definitely a feature that I would recommend. If you're curious to know if you still have hatch access with this rooftop basket on, you definitely do. In the case of the Ford Edge here, you see we're not really coming close at all. There is also an extension piece for the SkinnyWarrior. That's going to add 16 inches on to your basket. As I mentioned before, we don't have a ton of variability as it comes to where we can put our crossbars because we do have a naked roof. So if we want it right now, we actually won't have room for it before it makes contact. So we're closer to about 13 inches here. So we would have to manipulate our crossbar spread a little bit to get that extension piece on in our case. The basket is made of steel with a black powder coat finish. So it's really durable, but it's also still lightweight, and it's going to hold up really nicely to scratches, rust, weather, and corrosion. But again, if you do use a powder coat finish like this, you're going to be sliding things in and out, strapping things down. Over time, you'll start to wear that down, and then because the carrier is steel, it's going to be more prone to rust in that way. But overall, I think it'll hold up for a handful of seasons at the very least. But keep in mind when you're sliding things in and out, just try not to damage that powder coat. Overall, if you're looking for a way to get some storage up on top of your roof, but still leave room on your crossbars for some other accessories, it's hard to go wrong with the SkinnyWarrior. With the extension piece, you add on an extra 16 inches of length. Granted, in the case of the Ford Edge here, we might not have enough room or crossbar spread variability to make that happen, But if you want to find a way to work around that and get that extension piece on, you get even more storage that way. That being said, there are tons of options as far as cargo baskets like this one, different widths, shapes, and sizes, so you can feel free to check out those product pages and those videos here at eTrailer. There are also boxes available if you want to get something on your roof and keep it covered at the same time. So tons of options. Feel free to check all of those out. Definitely recommend it. This again was just a quick look at the Yakima SkinnyWarrior though, how it fits, how it works on our 2022 Ford Edge.